make it my treasure. And I know this is kind of like, why would you even bother kind of thing, but you know, why not just buy a new switch? Well, the switch technically worked. It wasn't completely shot. And I kind of think it's good practice to try to save things when you can. And in doing that, I find that you learn just a little bit more every time you do that. And the key switch is off, like it is now. There's no connection between the B terminal, which is here, and the S terminal here. And that's a momentary connection that's made on the spring action of the switch. So right there, that is connecting the B terminal on the switch to the S terminal. So get some flux in there, some real dirty flux too. What you want is flux with a bunch of fabrication debris in there. You want a bunch of, you know, you want a bunch of metal and flakes of insulation. You don't want it to be clean. You just, you know, gob it on there. Yeah, just take a look. It's that simple. Come on. Rusty. Yeah, that's why it was so hard to pull apart. Figures. Man, I just don't. I'm gonna have to come back to this. This is really bothering me. I know it shouldn't, but the bead on this one just looks like crap. Dude! Man, that hurt. So I've got my meter set to the 200 kiloohms scale. So we'll test from point to point there. We get 32.4 kiloohms. That's 32,000 ohms, more or less. So that's good. That's right in the middle of the range. It's in between 22 and 42, so that's just fine. On the other side of it, you have this portion, which runs over to here and connects the alternator on the red and white wire back down to the battery. And you can see that physically here. So coming out of that switch, we get that red and white wire. It comes down into the harness. And look what we got here. So we're going to take out the ignition main key switch. We're going to take out the PTO switch, clean all that stuff. The reverse relay is coming out, so is the plug for the reverse relay. I fix this scotch locked thing here that is part of the reverse switch circuit. We're going to put in a new hour meter, because this one's not working. And we're generally going to fix the wiring underneath the dash. Well, I picked it up and actually was able to drive it onto the trailer. The engine itself, if I can get it to run well, I might transplant it into one of the older Cubs that I've got. I've got a rolling chassis of a 1250 out in the yard. Put a little bit more modern, but still single cylinder Kohler on one of the old Cubs.